stay friends with exes in the hopes of possibly one day getting back together? Is giving it another go allowing yourself to work for your happiness? Or is it sentencing you to a little more misery? Well, to answer that, I've decided to turn to science and see if misery does love company on this Toward Intentions. Can relationships truly be repaired after compromise and conversation? For the most part, I have this to tell you. Step away from the ex. Hello everybody, welcome to Toward Intentions. I'm your host, Austin Fox. In the Journal of Adolescent Research, researchers from the University of Wisconsin and Bowling Green State University did a study and found that out of 792 young adults who were dating, about half of the respondents had tried rekindling an old relationship, and 57% had admitting to having sex with the ex. The researchers also found that unmarried young adults broke up and got back together more often than married couples. A 1988 study found that about 40% of married couples attempted a reconciliation after separating, and that 15% of those couples were still reconciled 3 to 4 years later. Another study found that a common predictor of a post-breakup friendship was being friends before the beginning. Regardless of who did the dumping, in these cases, exes are already comfortable with strictly platonic terrain. If the anger and hurt can be overcome and overlooked, then there's great comfort in keeping the ex in your life. So how do you decide to keep an ex, or now refer to them as merely someone you dated once? Though there is no calendar that says when the best time is to fall into friendship with an ex, the overall consensus is that there must be time apart after the breakup. Do not try being friends immediately. If you always have one foot in your ex's bed, how can you be open to the possibility of meeting someone new? Can breaking up help your relationship? Sometimes. A breakup isn't the end of a story. A separation can give a couple space to work on personal issues that have been harming the relationship. It can allow the individuals to reassess their priorities, helping them to know more about what they want and would like out of the relationship. Getting back together with an ex should not be taken lightly. After all, a good relationship is based on a foundation of communication and open dialogue. Communication is the only way to effectively ensure change. So how can we benefit from thinking of previous relationships as meaningful experiences that existed for however much time they did, that they were important parts of our lives, even if they weren't what we wanted or hoped they would be? The reality is that once you two have crossed the line of intimacy, it is almost impossible to rewind time and erase the memories of making love. Just remember, love does and always conquer all. When you're emotionally involved, being friends with an ex is just another tactic in delaying the breakup. I've thought of a few reasons why you should never be friends with your ex. Here's the first one. Your ex won't give you honest advice, and real talk, neither will you. It's hard to be biased when it comes to giving the ex advice on how to land and keep your replacement. Number 2. It's harder to give other people first chances. It's only natural that you'll compare the next person to the previous partner, but you'll be closed off to even the idea and the notion of meeting someone new if the old one is still in the picture. 3. Too many mixed signals. Just because the ex still calls you by your special nickname or references an inside joke that only the two of you would understand and get, how nauseating, that doesn't necessarily mean that your ex has the same feelings for you. Or does it? Number 4. You'll eventually have the "why did we break up" conversation. And whether this breakup was caused by you or them, this talk is always going to suck. Someone's feelings will always get hurt. Number 5. You know the two of you all too well. Your ex knows certain things about you that no one else does, which ultimately makes your bond a little more special, keeping them eternally in the number 1 seat. Number 6, you will feel undesirable. You'll try your best to look especially awesome, but when you don't get the "let's make out right now, ha ha ha" response you've been waiting for all night, you're going to feel dejected. It's going to take a lot more than wearing your ex's favorite fragrance. So, spare yourself the anguish. And lastly, hello, duh. They broke your heart. Have we forgotten the real reason why you two are now just one and one? You've just spent the last week crying, being very self-destructive, and self-medicating with your drugs and your binge drinking. And let's not forget the slutathon you just gave yourself, because in the back of your head, you thought having an 8-on-1 gangbang was really going to hurt them. Remember, a zebra will never change their stripes. So, For updates on this and other topics, go to www.torridintentions.com and subscribe, or find and follow me on Twitter @torridintention. And as always, I love hearing from y'all, so please feel free to send your comments, questions, or concerns to austinfox@torridintentions.com. I'll leave you with this final thought. After a breakup, it is and always will be the loyal ones that stay single and deal with the damages until healed. The other one? They're already in a relationship. Austin Fox saying, so long, everybody.